So I checked Twitter this morning, and one of the first things I see is some slander being retweeted onto my timeline. Let me just put the tweet on the screen for you now, so you guys can all know what I'm talking about. It comes from the one and only Woman of the Year, Caitlyn Jenner. Let's take a look. Can't believe my toothless little girl is so beautiful and 20 years old. Daddy loves you, at Kendall Jenner. And it has a picture of her when she's like 8 years old or whatever. Now you might be thinking, what's wrong with this tweet? That's a nice, sentimental tweet. Well, let's just look at one specific sentence in particular. Daddy loves you. So we got the Woman of the Year calling herself Daddy. So apparently, females can be a daddy now. That's quite interesting. Can you explain to me how I'm supposed to consider Caitlyn Jenner a woman, yet she's referring to herself as daddy? That just doesn't fucking add up to me. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to other people. That doesn't make sense to me, man. I am tired of the propaganda, man. Society and its propaganda, it's gotta stop, man. Enough with this bullshit, man. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Today I am bringing you a little commentary. I almost said gameplay. Well, I guess it is a gameplay commentary, but more so on the commentary. I just want to kind of give you guys an update on the situation, on the operation. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you already know what happened. You guys know the details, but I just want to fill everyone in on YouTube, give you a little bit more of a breakdown of what exactly happened and everything. So yesterday afternoon, I don't know, maybe like 5 p.m. or something, I rolled up to the store. I attempted to get the item, and they weren't with it, man. They just weren't about it. So my initial thoughts going in, on their website, they had the game coming out on Tuesday. So I was like, shit, I think I can just walk into this store on Tuesday, get the game, and walk out for $60. That was my initial thoughts going in. I was thinking that they just didn't give a fuck about the street day. They said, fuck it, we're just gonna give it away once we get the game. So I walked in, I was like, yo, you guys got Black Ops 3. This guy starts typing on the computer, checking or whatever, and some other guy comes over, he's like, no, that game comes out on Friday. And I'm like, on your website, you guys have it on Tuesday. That should come out today. And they're like, I don't really know what our website says or whatever, but I do know for a fact that the game comes out on Friday. So at this point, I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta try to finesse now. They ain't gonna just give it to me. So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, is there any way I can get this game early? And they're like, nah, man, sorry, we can't help you with that. And I'm just thinking, I paused for a second, I'm like, alright, now I gotta really just lay it out on the table, man. I gotta tell them straight up how it is. So I'm like, so here's the thing, it's very important to me to get this game as early as possible. I am willing to pay you $200 right now if you go and get me a copy of the game. And they both just kind of stopped. They're just shocked. They're like, what the fuck? This dude's in here trying to get a game early. Like, they were just shocked. This was just something new to them. You could just tell, like, this has never happened to them. And they just, like, look at each other confused. And you could tell, like, they were thinking about it. Like, they might have done it. I don't know. If there was just one of them there, I feel like I could have probably convinced one of them to do it. But since there were two, like, they didn't want the other person to, like, snitch on them or something, probably. I don't know. So they were just thought about it for a second. They were kind of shocked. And then they're like, nah, man, we can't do that. That would be putting our jobs at risk or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. That's fine, and I just leave, cause I'm like, I can't sit here and try to convince them. They definitely ain't down. Like, I wasn't really trying to pay over $200 either, because I'm only getting the game, like, what, like 2 days early? I'm not trying to pay $500 to get the game 2 days early. Now, if I would have got the game, like, last week for $500, I might have been down. Oh, no, that's a lot, though, $500, but I still might have been down, I don't know. But for 2 days early, like, I wasn't really trying to go over $200. It wasn't that serious to get it early. People be asking me, too, like, why the fuck would you spend $200 to get the game early? Like, as a YouTuber, it's very important to have the game early. Like, it does help me quite a bit, so why not? Like, it's an investment. It's not like I'm losing that money by paying an extra $140 to get the game early. If that means I can have better videos on release day, that makes up for it. That's the only reason that YouTubers really pay early, is because it is an advantage and it helps you make better videos on release day. So money isn't really like that big of a deal when getting a game early. Like, there are people out there that pay like $1,000 to get it early. Now, I ain't doing all that. You got me fucked up. But 200, like, that's reasonable. Even like 500 would be reasonable if I get it like significantly early. So that's why I considered getting it early. But I mean, it didn't work out. What can you do? The mission was a failure. I still think if there was only one employee there, he probably would have done it. But since they were both there, they weren't down. But I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to really talk about today. I didn't really have anything else to say. Just thank you guys for all the continued support, man. Road to 200K. Somehow, the month of October is actually my highest viewed and highest subscribed month of the year, actually of all time on YouTube. The subscribed is really close, like a few months I got very similar amount of subscribers, but this month was actually the most views I've ever gotten on YouTube in 1 month, which is really weird and at the same time really good. Like, that makes me feel really optimistic going into Black Ops 3, because usually from August to October is the most dead time of the year for Call of Duty on YouTube, because summer's over, people are going back to school, they have less time, they're already tired of the game by now, they're all anticipating the new game coming out, so no one really gives a fuck about Call of Duty for those like 3 months or so. But somehow October became my best month, which is incredible because the worst month of the year turned out to be my best month. Imagine what the best months of the year are gonna bring. Like, that leads me to be very optimistic going into Black Ops 3. So just a huge thank you for all the support I've been getting recently. We're so close to 200k, I think around 6,000 away, so that should be coming in very soon. I'll have a nice IRL vid for y'all, for all the people that be trying to see me every day. I still get asked to this day. People don't know what I look like. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
You got a secret, like you victorious. I'm back on a Tuesday and fucking feels glorious. I'm on the backbeat, sipping in the backseat, listening to NSYNC. No, not Backstreet.